श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम् ॐ अखण्डानन्दसम्बोधः वन्दनात् यस्य जायते गोविन्दं तमहं वन्दे चिदानन्दतनुं गुरुम्. So yesterday we were seeing what are the obstacles for gaining the Shama, without which the Shama will not take place. Then he said Ishvara Kripa, Guru Kripa and Atma Kripa. Atma Kripa means the grace of oneself. So that grace of oneself is the pleasantness of mind or the equanimity of mind, the tranquility of mind. So how to get that grace of mind? So for that, he said these are the 18 things, 18 important ingredients, qualities which we need for gaining that grace of mind. And with reference to that, he also said it is not just these 18. Later on, he is going to explain with this 18, each one of them, the definition of each one of them. Brahmacaryam ahimsa cha dayā bhūteṣvavakratā viṣayeṣvativaitṛṣṇyaṃ śaucaṃ dambhavivarjanam. Though he is going to explain each one of them, we are giving a general meaning for each one of them. So, brahmacaryam. Brahmacharya means, we saw yesterday also. Brahmacharya means celibacy. That's the straightforward meaning. Celibacy means, normally they say, not being associated with a woman, not having copulation, etc. That kind of thing and all. It's not just that. It's not just the copulation which is we are talking about. It's not just that intimacy. Any kind of intimacy is what is referred to as brahmacharya here with the other sex. Okay, that does not mean when you see a woman, you just turn your head. I've seen people who just go like that. That's basically craziness. And there are women also who are like who don't see the men. You cannot avoid seeing the other person. It is impossible. So brahmacharya means not having any association. That's the idea. We will see that in detail later. Okay. Ahimsa means violence. Ahimsa means non-violence. So not troubling others. That's the important thing. Not creating pain to others. That we saw in different levels, like mm, uh, 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 according to place, according to time, and according to the object, etc. So different categories of ahimsa. And daya, bhūteṣu. This bhūteṣu is bhūteṣu ahimsa, bhūteṣu daya, bhūteṣu avakratā. It's to Dehli Deepa Nyaya, the lamp on the wall, we said, right? Okay, based on that logic, we have to associate this word bhūteṣu with all these three words: ahimsa, daya, and avakratā. Daya means compassion. Now, before saying that, yesterday I was giving you the meaning of the shloka. I said I forgot the shloka. Then later I remembered the shloka. The shloka is like, it goes like this. It's in Guru Gita. It is I think it's Guru Gita. It is like this. Shive krudhe gurustrata, gurau krudhe shivo nahi. Shivo krudhe. If Shiva becomes angry, or Ishvare krudhe, like that also there is something. If Shiva gets angry, Guru strata. Guru is trata. Guru is the protector. Guru protects. Guru krudhe. But when the Guru becomes angry, Shivo nahi. Even Shiva cannot protect us. That is what is the shloka. Okay. Now, bhūteṣu daya. Daya means compassion. Okay. Now, compassion, you have to understand compassion also. What kind of, see, some people call this empathy and all that. We are not showing that kind of thing. Like somebody is having some problem, somebody is physically challenged and all that. So now we are going to, you don't have to be that. Being there with them is itself is enough. Don't have to do all the drama of lifting. They don't want that. They don't want themselves to be treated as a handicapped person. They want themselves to be self-sufficient. They want you cannot hurt their individuality, their self, by going on out of the way to help. That does not mean you should not help anyone. Daya is, see, I helped you the other day. That is not daya. That's not compassion. That is business actually. So we are talking about daya, when we talk about daya, the ultimate daya we call is the guru's kripa, the guru's compassion, which is we call it, we say akarana daya sindho. Sindhu means ocean, daya compassion, akarana costless. Guru is one who is ocean of costless compassion. So you have to understand that kind of thing. That is the ultimate. So we have to have costless compassion, that it should not be a business. Okay, then bhūteṣvavakratā. Vakra means crooked. So avakrata means non-crookedness, means straightforwardness. You have to be straightforward with people. You should not have behave crookedly. Okay, that is the important thing. Then viṣayeṣvativaitṛṣṇyaṃ. Viṣayeṣvativaitṛṣṇyaṃ. First, let us understand trishna. Trishna means thirst. Vaitrishnya means vigata trishna, devoid of thirst. Okay, ativaitrishnya means completely devoid of thirst with respect to the viṣayeshu, sense objects. So having completely gotten rid of the desire for the objects, that is what is bhūteṣu ativaitrishnya. Whether the this vairagya visa, this is another state of vairagya. Whether the object exists or not does not really matter. We have to completely be detached to it. We should have to have complete dispassion towards those things. Then śaucaṃ. Śaucaṃ means purity. Simply put, it's purity. Purity is of two types: internal purity, external purity. So we have to keep our mind and the body without any mala impurities. See, whether it's sadhu or it's family, it doesn't really matter. The biggest problem after age I see in people is their bowel movement. That becomes a big issue for many people. Oh, that is becomes the japa for the whole day. I didn't have a clean stomach today morning. I have not. My stomach didn't get cleaned up today morning, and all that repeating again and again. The point is, that is an important thing. Bubble movement, clean stomach is a very important thing for sadhanas. If you want to do your sadhana, that's mala. You have to get rid of that mala, and that mala, otherwise it will affect your mind also. Okay, so then if that itself is mala, then the physical impurity outside externally, you should have to take bath and get rid of it. You cannot say, oh, no, 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 no. Because I have seen this kind of stupidity. People who don't take bath, they are accepted to be great siddhas, accomplished people, great realized people. Stupidity. They are dirty people. That's all. They are crazy people. They are mentally challenged people. That's all. On roads, you see, I was traveling from one place to another place once, and somebody showed me some it's in front of Tirunelveli. I was traveling in a car from Tirunelveli to Tiruchendur or to Nagarkoil. Somebody showed me one old man with a dirty cloth and who was walking. He's a great released fellow. So how did you say that? His face is completely, see, realization means there should be some kind of clarity in your face, because you cannot hide the clarity. Like a fruit jackfruit which is completely fructified, you cannot stop the bees from attacking it. It is natural for the bees to travel to that. So these fellows were like, this guy is great, sir. I saw he's a crazy person, that's all. There's no clarity in his face, sir. Just because he didn't take bath does not make him realist. You have to understand these things also, because pigs don't take bath, they are always in the ditch, does not make them big realist pigs. So shaucham is important quality. You have to have purity. Okay, then dambhavivarjanam. Dambha means talking about whatever the qualities which you don't have. Kind of hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy. Dambha is hypocrisy. So devoid of hypocrisy. Vivarjanam means devoid of. You should be devoid of hypocrisy, saying things which you are not really. So don't be hypocrite. Okay. Satyam. Satyam. Another important thing. Satyam means truth. Truth does not mean that, oh, truth is always harsh. People can't take truth. I want to say the truth. What kind of truth are you talking about? There is no truth here in this world. We are teaching the world itself is a non-real, non-true. What truth are you talking about? Rama came and he could not change anything. Krishna came, he could not change anything. How do you think Ramakrishna will do it? It is impossible. No truth. There is nothing. You cannot say anything as truth. Vyavahara, for that you call something as truth. So there also, what is truth? That is important thing. In Shastra, we say satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat, na bruyat, apriyam satyam. You have to say the truth. You have to say the thing which is something which is likable. You should not say something, the truth which is not likable. You should not say a truth which is not likable. That is an important thing. So, satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat. You have to say the truth and it should be likable also. Simply put like this. There is a person, there is a sadhu who is staying here. Okay, he's staying there and there is a deer which is coming towards him and it runs to his left. And the hunter is following the sadhu, the deer. And the hunter asks the sadhu, okay, did you see this deer which ran from here to there? Then that does not mean he should have to say, oh, yes, 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 it just ran here. Because what is he going to do? He is going to kill the deer. So it is better to say the truth. Avoid saying the truth than saying the truth. You can say, oh, it went to the right side. But wait, you are talking about saying the truth. How can you say to go to the right side? The thing is simple. To say the truth does not mean, see, if you say the truth, he is going to kill the deer. Killing the deer is a more sin than saying one small lie. Okay, so satyam bruya, you have to say the truth. Sometimes keeping your mouth shut is better. Nirmamatā. Nirmamatā means devoid of attachment. Mamata means mindness, not having the idea that this is mine, that is mine, etc. Okay, sthairyam. Because if you have the identification of mindness there with things, with respect to things, what happens is then the next stage you have, when it is getting reduced, when there is an issue with that, then you have anger. When it is getting destroyed or deformed, then you want to grow it, the greed. So anger, greed, etc. follows because of this mindness. That is the kama. Okay, sthairyam. Sthairyam means stability, physical and mental stability. Okay, abhimānavivarjanam. Abhimānavivarjanam. ஒன்றும் வேண்டாம்ப்பா, ஒன்றும் வேண்டாம்ப்பா, கிளாஸில் இருக்கேன், டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ணாத. அபிமான விவர்ஜனம். So abhimana vivarjanam means identification, self. You know how I am, what is this, etc. So abhimana vivarjanam, that kind of self, the identity of self is not also good. Then īśvaradhyānaparatā. This is another important thing. īśvaradhyānaparatā. īśvaradhyānaparatā means, see, earlier we saw one should have to have the grace of Guru, grace of Ishvara, grace of self, right? Mind. So here he says, īśvaradhyānaparatā, to gain that, he should have to always have the sense of meditation with respect to, he has to meditate on Ishvara always. Parata, always meditate on Ishvara. Whenever he is not applying his mind or brain towards things of the world, when it is necessary, you have to use your brain and your mind. There is no other possibility. When you don't need to, then you have to place your mind in your mantra and all that. Okay, brahmavidbhiḥ sahasthitiḥ. Brahmavidbhiḥ sahasthitiḥ. Sahasthitiḥ, accompanying or staying along with the brahmavidbhiḥ, the knowers of truth, the knowers of self. Now, what does that mean? See, there are two things. One is you have to understand this brahmavidbhiḥ. Brahmavidbhiḥ means knowers of self. Knowers of self. There in this or important thing, which is another issue to show that the Kali Yuga has come. They say, what is there are 4 yugas. So this is Kali Yuga. They say Kali Yuga is the final in the cycle of the creation, the fourth kind of creation. So fourth stage of creation, final stage of creation. So it has started already. We are in halfway through. How do you know Kali Yuga? So the Shastra says, in Kali Yuga, the women will have shorter hair, the men will have longer hair, etc. Kind of things. Okay, forget about all that. Simple, you can say the Kali Yuga has arrived when you see people who are teaching Shastra, who are traditionally teaching Shastra and having knowledge of Shastra, are not accepted to be realized. And idiots, those people who don't have any training of Shastra, anything, any knowledge, they are accepted to be realized. That is the important thing. That is the important sign of seeing Kali Yuga. So, brahmavidbhiḥ, sahasthitiḥ, that is important, accompanying, being along with them, with the knowers of self. What does that mean? See, with respect to the in Mundaka Upanishad, there is a statement with respect to the Guru. Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Sa Gurumeva Bigachet Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. That fellow, that disciple who has gained the Vairagya should go to Guru, who is Shrotriyan Brahmanishta. Shrotriya means he has studied the Shastra from the Guru, a person in tradition. Okay. Brahmanishtha. Brahmanishtha means I interpret it in 2 different ways. Brahmani nitram tishtati iti Brahmanishtha. One who is established always in Brahman, ever established, is Brahmanishtha. And second is a Brahma eva sat iti nishtha Brahmanishtha. One who understands the Brahman is the truth. Meaning, one who is established in Brahman is also Brahmanishtha. One who accepts that Brahman is the truth is also Brahmanishtha. The important quality is he should have to have studied the Shastra from a traditional Guru. Traditional Guru, that too. I studied from my Guru. Okay, where did your Guru study from? Oh, no one. Then he is not a Guru. So, brahmavidbhiḥ sahasthitiḥ, being along with them, not troubling them. That is the next quality. So, in first shloka, brahmacaryamahiṃsā, dayā, bhūteṣvavakratā, viṣayeṣvativaitṛṣṇyaṃ, śaucaṃ, dambhavivarjanam. 7. Okay. Now here, satyaṃ, nirmamatā, sthairyamabhimānavivarjanam, īśvaradhyānaparatā, brahmavidbhiḥ sahasthitiḥ. 6. 7 plus 6, 13. Okay. The next 5 in the next shloka. jñānaśāstraikaparatā, samatā, sukhaduḥkhayoḥ, mānānāsaktirekāntaśīlatā ca mumukṣutā. jñānaśāstraikaparatā, samatā, sukhaduḥkhayoḥ, mānānāsaktirekāntaśīlatā ca mumukṣutā. Finally, is mumukṣutā. jñānaśāstraikaparatā, always involving oneself, immersing oneself in the Shastra, which is Jnana the Shastra of knowledge, the scriptures of knowledge, which is Vedanta. You have to always immerse yourself in the Vedanta, in the Durvasana Pratikara Dashaka, which I quoted yesterday. In the beginning shloka, he says, Pratarvaidik karmas tadanu sadveda sanchintaya paschad bharata moksha dharmakataya vasishta ramayana sayam bhagavatartataya ratro nidhyasanat kalogachitana sharira bharanam prardakantarpitam. Like that he starts with. There he says, starting with the day starts with the karmas, Vedic karmas, and then he has to meditate on the Vedic, the Vedantic teaching which he had gained, then inquire into the Mahabharata or the Mahabharata, then the Bhagavata and Ramayana, etc. The marmas of it. I said the secrets based on the Vedanta. So he has to spend his time meditating on the teachings of Vedanta. Again, I repeat, in other periods other than the Vyavahara. You have to accept the Vyavahara also. There is no other possibility here. You cannot give up the Vyavahara completely when you are in the society. Okay? Samatā sukhaduḥkhayoḥ. Samatā sukhaduḥkhayoḥ. Sukhaduḥkhayoḥ. Happiness and sorrow. Samatā, equanimity. Equanimity in happiness and sorrow. Meaning, when something happy takes place, you should not jump out of joy. When something thing of sorrow comes, you should not be broken. No, no, neither of them. We have a simple thing, the simple rule for leading a peaceful life. What is a sannyasi? See there, I forgot to tell one story in ahimsa. And ahimsa, I wanted to say this story. I said the story in Tamil and Hindi also. See, ahimsa means, I'll come to this samatā sukhaduḥkhayoḥ. Okay, I'll finish this samatā dukkhayoḥ. See, agate swagatam kuryat gachantam na nivarayet. This is the best way to live the life. Agate swagatam kuryat. When something comes, receive it. Gachantam nivarayet. Something goes, don't stop it. This is the best way. When something comes, good or bad, just accept it. When something goes, good or bad, just accept it. So that acceptance is what is important. Okay, that is what will give you the equanimity in happiness and sorrow. Otherwise, you will be stuck with happiness and stuck with sorrow. Okay, now ahimsa. In ahimsa, I wanted to say the story. When I was in Virakta ashram in Rishikesh, I was studying and I was teaching as well. So one Swami, Dandi Swami means a Swami, a sannyasi with a stick. This only Brahmins have. And this person has taken sannyasa from Sringeri. He was there in Rishikesh, was staying in Kailas ashram. He used to visit me. So he heard from someone that somebody is teaching in Tamil. He came to meet me and he said, I want to also attend the class. So he attended that class. During that period, I was teaching Panchadashi and I was teaching Yoga Sutra, first batch. So he completed the Yoga Sutra and he attended some 2-3 chapters of Panchadashi. Okay, that is not the important point. The important point is one day when he was leaving from the class, I was coming out also along with him. And in Virakta outside of the room, there is a veranda which has a roof. And outside the veranda, there is a patio which does not have a roof. Okay. And it's a rice platform kind of. We stay. And we have to go to the ground level, we have to come to 3 stairs down. Okay. So to your right of the third stair, there is this third step. There is this stone which is placed, and on the side it is made like a shivalinga. Okay, some stone from Gangaji, nothing else. But we used to worship it as Virakteshvara. Okay, whatever we used to cook, we used to serve him first. That's a different story. Now, on the sides of this shivalinga, we had placed. I have planted this basil leaves, not the tulsi. There is another, the basil, which you use for cooking. I think that's the same thing, I think. So we call it a vibhuti-pachayalai. In Tamil, we call it vibhuti-pachayalai. Okay. Now that is there, and this sannyasi, he saw that and he said, "Oh, this is tulsi." I said, "It's not tulsi, Swamiji. It is this vibhuti-pachayalai." No, this is white tulsi, he said. I said, "No." Then he was about to pluck it. I said, "Swamiji, wait, I'm coming. I normally don't pluck the leaves or flowers unnecessarily. Now I'm doing it for you." I plucked one leaf and gave it to him. He was looking at me, receiving it. He was looking at me, crunching it, and he was looking at me, smelling it, and he threw it, and he said, "It is not that. But can I ask you something?" I said, "Yes." "Why did you say I should not touch? Am I an untouchable?" He's a Brahmin. He's a Brahmin sannyasi. So you cannot use that. I said, "That is not the idea, Swamiji." "Then why did you say?" "Swamiji, while taking sannyasa, A sannyasi should declare, proclaim, giving fearlessness to all the beings. Sarvebhyo bhūteṣvyo abhayam dadami. I give fearlessness to all the beings. That is what he has to proclaim. Now, if you are going to pluck a leaf, that plant is going to be afraid of you. You should not do that. And he said, where is it said? So it's said in the text, Yati Dharma Sangraha, etc., wherever the sannyasa vidhi is said. Have you studied it? Have you read it? Do you have that book? I said, no, I have read it and I have a book. Can you teach me? It's a huge text. And I didn't have time. I was like starting the day with puja, with bhiksha, with class, bhiksha, class, eating, bhiksha, class, eating, like that. It was full of that only. Okay. And I said, time on the common days, but on the holidays. So it is like let us say danta davana vidhi, how to brush your teeth. Sannyasi, how should he brush your teeth? So there under that there are multiple smriti texts quoted. So Parashmara Smriti, Manusmriti, etc. So they have some common ideas. I just read that and I just gave him the common idea among that. Okay. So thing is, ahimsa, you should be very careful, not hurting anyone physically, mentally, any which way. Okay. So sukhaduḥkhayoḥ samatā, equanimity. Now coming back to this equanimity, sukhaduḥkhayoḥ samatva. You have to have equanimity with both happiness and sorrow. Okay. Mānānāsaktirekāntaśīlatā, not attached to mana. Mana means name and fame. Not being attached to the name and fame. Oh, he didn't respect me. He didn't salute me. He didn't do prostrations. They didn't put the garland, etc. Those kind of stupid things. That is not necessary because no one is going to remember you. Do you remember your father's name? Right? Yes. Father's father, grandfather? Yes. Grandfather's father, great grandfather? I think yes. Great grandfather's father, fourth generation. Not many of us know. So the thing is, none of others are going to remember us. In this world, which is busy world, even the neighbor does not know who is staying now. So when we don't even know the neighbors clearly, okay, probably his name is that and that, you don't speak. Even if you speak, you don't know who that is. Whether that person is good person or bad person, we don't know. Unless and until that bad thing comes out, we don't really know. These kind of things are there. So who is going to remember us? What is the stupidity of having this name and fame and all for this small short period of time which you are going to live? How many years you are going to live? According to astrology calculation, they only do calculation for 108 years, 120 years, not 100, 120 years, not more than that. Person does not live more than that. That's according to the astrology. Now, anyway, one whole cycle of all the planets. Even if you are going to live for 120 years, next 100 years, no one is going to remember you. Just remember that. You are nothing actually. So, mānānāsaktirekāntaśīlatā, having this identification with the body sense organ complex and all this idea that I am to be respected and all, that's all stupidity. Okay. Ekāntaśīlatā. Next is ekāntaśīlatā, having the quality of staying alone. This you have to understand. See, you can see behind me the trees and all that. I am staying in a jungle. Okay, good. It's my prarabdha. I am staying here. That does not mean everyone should have to run to the jungle. You are already in jungle, the concrete jungle. Even if you are going to run away from the crowd and go to a jungle, stay alone. Satsangatve nissangatvam. Bhagavan Bhashyakara says in sadhana in Bhajagovindam, satsangatve nissangatvam. One should have to start from satsanga and go to nissanga. Otherwise, when you are going to go to stay alone, then you are going to take your mind along with you. And your mind, it's not a good mind. And what is going to happen? You are going to, like I said in the other class, you are going to create like this Vishwamitra at 75 or something. He went to forest because of egotistical twist. He was there in forest. And after some time, he started seeing Urvashi, the damsel of celestial damsel, dancing in front of him. Why should Urvashi, a celestial damsel who is ever young, dance in front of this old person? There's no need for it. This is all his imagination. The idea is his projection. Simple thing. So that is what will happen to you also. So it is not that whether you are staying alone or you are staying in the group, does not really matter. You have to stay vigilant, meaning you have to do the other activities which you have to do in the society as a duty, and be aloof to things. That is what is, that's not loneliness, that is being alone. That is what is said here, ēkāntaśīlatā. Okay, so having that aloofness in the transaction and all that, and only jñānaśāstraikaparatā, only meditating on the knowledge. You have to, you cannot give up the, when you are in the society, you cannot give up the relationship with the society. You have to do the transactions. There is no escape from that. Remember that. Okay, mumukṣutā. This, the final one is important. Mumukṣutā. Moksho me bhūyādi dridhecha is mumuksha. Having that mumuksha is mumukṣutā. Meaning you should have to have a very strong desire for moksha. That is the important thing. Out of the, if you want shanti, you have to have all these 18 qualities. We'll see each of these, the definition for each of these 18 qualities one by one. Okay, we'll see. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.